Kathryn, and today I'm going to be doing a basic review of the Urban Decay Naked Basics palette, which I recently picked up from Sephora for $30. I personally think that this palette is super duper amazing because I do not like any colored eyeshadows, and I know a lot of people would not want to wear colored eyeshadows. So this is just the perfect palette that just has all the basics, hence the name eyeshadows. I'm just going to be giving you guys my review of the Urban Decay Naked Basics palette. I'm going to be showing you guys some swatches for this palette, and I'm going to be showing you guys 2 makeup looks that you can easily create for an everyday makeup look, everyday basis type look with the Urban Decay Naked Basics palette. First, I'm just going to be doing a general review of the palette overall, starting with the quality and then getting into like other different type stuff. First, I'm going to be talking about the packaging. I really think this packaging is pretty awesome. Like, I don't know if they could have done any better with the makeup packaging itself. It's smooth, so it's like firm but smooth. I don't know if that makes any sense, but you can tell that it really encases the eyeshadows well, so it's not gonna like break. It's not like metal, so the eyeshadows could like slip around in there. It cases the eyeshadows really, really well. The mirror that comes inside the palette on the top of it is a really, really awesome, good quality mirror. It's just like, it's so clear, like it's probably better than your bathroom mirror. Like, so this is definitely the type of palette that you could take on the go and do your makeup with, like even in the car, because you have this perfectly crystal clear mirror right on the palette. The one thing that I do want to say about this palette that I don't like so much is that for $30, it doesn't even come with an eyeshadow brush. So like, it doesn't come with an eyeshadow brush. If you want the Naked palette to come with an eyeshadow brush, you have to get like the full like 12 shade Naked palette that has like the colored shades too. The eyeshadow brushes that they have for sale at Sephora are way overpriced. Like, I'm pretty sure you could get one that's probably a pretty good quality that's gonna last you for probably months, like at like maybe the dollar store or Walmart or something, because the ones at Sephora are like so darn expensive. They're like $13 is their like cheapest miniature travel size eyeshadow brush. Like, I think that's ridiculous. So I definitely think that this palette should come with an eyeshadow brush. Now I'm going to be showing you guys some swatches of the Urban Decay Naked Basics palette. The first shade in your palette is your lightest shade, and it is called Venus. It is probably one of my favorite shades in the whole entire palette. It is a really great highlighting color, and it's the only color in the palette that has a sort of shimmer to it. It is just a really, really amazing highlighting color, and it also makes you look so much more awake, and it brings a lot of life to your eyeshadow look. The next color is Foxy. It is also one of my favorite shades in the palette. It is the second lightest shade, and it has a little bit of a yellow undertone, which you might be skeptical about, because I know I definitely was skeptical because, like, I do not want yellow eyeshadow, but it's just this really pretty color, and I think it would probably go good with any lighter skin shade. It's just really, really amazing, especially when you mix it with Walk of Shame. That's my favorite thing to do with it. I just love it so, so much. Yeah, it's amazing. Now we're going to move into what I would call the more medium tones or shades in the palette. And this one is Walk of Shame, or WOS as some people call it. It is the color that is closest to my skin shade, so I don't like to use it by itself because it doesn't really look like much on my eye. But as I said, I really love to blend it with Foxy. The next color is the third darkest color. It is also one of my favorite shades in the palette, along with Venus and Foxy. I use it to just be a very light defining of the crease, and it works super, super duper well for that. It's just kind of the perfect lighter brown that defines your crease just a little bit to tell that it's defined, but it doesn't make you look like you have like a really dark smoky eye, and it's not too dramatic. It's perfect for the everyday. Now we're going to be moving into the darker shades of the palette, which are probably the ones that I least use, but the deep brown that you see in your palette is called Faint. It is really good for doing the extra defining of the crease if you want a slightly dramatic. I normally use it on the everyday, but not always. I use it to put directly in my crease instead of just like swooping it around my crease like I do with Naked 2. Or I also really love to mix Faint with Naked 2 and do kind of a definition of the crease directly in the crease like I do with the Just Faint, but I also like to put a little bit and make the outer corner stand out. And the last and deepest color in your palette is a very deep brown, like an extremely deep brown, like almost black, or some people I guess would just consider it black. This color is perfect for a dramatic smoky eye if you're just really wanting to have a super dramatic, awesome look for just like an event and you really want your eyeshadow to stand out. But I just use it for filling in my eyebrows, which sounds really super weird, but it actually works. I just put it on my brush and just fill in my eyebrows ever so slightly, and it makes them look really good. The first basic everyday eyeshadow look uses 4 of the shades from your Urban Decay Naked Basics palette. First, you're just going to take Venus and pat it in along your eyebrow bone to be a really nice highlighting color. Then you're going to take a Walk of Shame, or some people call it WOS because it is labeled like that on the palette, and you're just going to take that eyeshadow, put it on your brush, and sweep it all across your eyelid so it is your base color, and we're going to build on top of Walk of Shame. Then you're going to take your third darkest shade from your palette, which is Naked 2, and you're just going to sweep that in along your crease to build those shadows that define your eye crease. Then you're going to be taking your deep brown eyeshadow, which is called Faint, and putting that along the outer part of your eye and directly in your crease. Make sure to blend it in really well. And that is your completed eyeshadow look number 1. For the second look, you're going to start out by taking a blend of Foxy and Walk of Shame and just using that as your base color right on your eyelid, and we're going to build on top of that. Then you're going to be taking Naked 2 and sweeping it along your crease just like we did in Makeup Look 1. Then for putting in the real shadows along your eyes, you're going to be taking a blend of Naked 2 and a small amount of Faint and putting that directly in your crease and on the outer side of your eye, and make sure to blend that in. Then you're going to be taking the lighter shimmery highlighting color, which is called Venus, and putting it in your inner tear duct and around the makeup look above your eye, and this just brings some life to the look. This is my favorite of the 2 looks because it is just so gorgeous. I hope you guys liked that video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. Subscribe to my channel. I love you guys so much. Mwah.